late rally by them and lead for over 36 minutes.
No doubt it is certainly one of our best moments of the season. I really credit our players. It's not easy to go through what we went through in Hartford. They beat us so bad that you wondered if you would ever be able to play basketball or win a basketball game again. I mean, no matter who you were on that trip, you had to be filled with some doubt simply because of how out of hand that game was. I mean, I thought we kept it as close as we could. It could have been worse. So once that ends, you don't have a crystal ball on exactly how it's going to go, and it could go really bad. But to our players' credit, we left it there. We learned from it. We moved on quickly, and I thought we followed up that performance with one of our best performances, meaningful performances of the Big East season. And certainly we respect St. John's a great deal, and we knew between their press and just how they played the game that it was going to be tough from start to finish. Also, how the game ended, I think it was tied up entering that last 4 minutes. For us to win that last 4 minutes, 15-4, I think it says a lot about our players as well. We had a couple backup guys in there, and Dalen did a really good job in that role. And then obviously Quincy, those shots he made in the last 4 minutes were incredible. So very fulfilling and as equally dramatic as it felt in a negative way this weekend. I thought we did a great job handling that, moving on from it, and now trying to be at our best in this next 10 games in the Big East. We're halfway done. So it's quite a conference.
Knowing what, you went through the first time you had St. John's out in Queens, 18 turnovers, that press, they threw a zone at you that you said surprised you early on in the year. Can you see just how much your team's grown?
We handled their press better. Our turnovers tonight, I think we ended up with 13. Really wasn't in the full court, which was one of our keys to victory, that we in fact inbounded the ball and were able to handle it with multiple guys. Davion McKnight had 6 assists and 1 turnover. Difficult to do against St. John's. I mean, and then he had 19 points as well. He's really playing well the last 4 or 5 games for us. But other than Trey Green, the 1 turnover in the backcourt there that really was a big turning point, we handled their press and actually scored at times, with a quick push or players making good plays. And I think anytime you play against St. John's, how you do in that area is key. So I think we were really pleased with how that part of the game went.
It felt like down the stretch you guys really had to make some winning plays to come away with this one. Coach Pitino mentioned Dalen's offensive rebound in the past to Quincy as kind of the big play of the game in his opinion. Was there anything else that really stood out to you in those final moments?
He's right. Dalen's offensive rebound really, it broke it open, and then we were able to have tremendous momentum. Rebounding is also a big key, and I think our team is somewhat understated in that area. We've played against the best. Houston here, and Cincinnati's a good rebounding team. Quite a few really good rebounding teams in the Big East. St. John's is one of them. And you look at that differential, 44-34. Again, we did a good job physically against the team that's very physical on the glass.
Dalen was a plus 16 in the box score. I know plus minus isn't the end all be all statistic, but when you look at his numbers, statistically, it didn't seem like he was too productive. Did you feel like he had a really big impact to be plus 16 in this game?
Well, I thought what he did a great job of, he was instrumental in a number of things in the last 4 minutes. We went with him down the stretch, as we did against Georgetown and a couple other games. And as he gains more experience, Dalen can impact the game in a lot of different ways. And that's really kind of like how we're coaching him and how I talk to him and what we're trying to bring out in him, that he could check the box, rebounding at both ends, guarding a variety of players. He's one of our best passers, in transition. For example, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but just having the understanding of to find Quincy quickly with the pass. That's what I mean. So, but our freshmen, look, we're putting him in these situations. I thought Sasha did a good job in the second half. Maybe not so much in the first. Trey made 2 threes. Dalen made some plays at the end, and usually as they continue to play in these games, they get more comfortable, and we're going to need them in the second half of the Big East to be better players than they've been. And I have no reason to believe that can't happen.
Sean, is it too early to look at the standings, given the fact that there's so many teams, I guess now 5 and 5 are within a game of each other, down below what Rick said were the 3 locks in the conference? Is it too early to look at the conference records?
Yeah, I can't help myself. I mean, I don't ever look at it. I don't. I mean, we have the way that we're moving through this, and it's, I think the only way for us is to just really try to go from where we are to that next game. And the next challenge for us is it's an away game in the Big East against DePaul. It's a place that we went to a year ago, didn't play as well. We have to be really ready. To win a road game in the Big East is something that's important. That game will be, just as important as the one we just played. So how we go about things from winning this game at home until that time on Saturday when we're in Chicago is, that becomes our focus. It's too complicated to look at it any other way, and we're probably not good enough to do that. If you're really good, you can do that because it's easy, meaning the answer to your questions are easy. If you're really bad, you can do that because you're basically counting back and saying, I got about 40 days left and this is over. But if you're in the middle and you're trying to go to the positive like we are, I think you have to keep things really simple. So the simpler it is about tomorrow, the next day, and it's about, we have to play really well at DePaul, and our picture's no bigger than that because nothing else really matters for our team. So we're not trying to make it complicated. I know we took a step in the right direction. We're 5 and 5 in the Big East through the first 10, and as much as I wish we could play 10 home games in the next 10, we have to go on the road 5 times and play 5 at home. So we just have to be ready every game and keep getting better.
Yeah, last question.
Congrats on the victory, Coach. Around campus, there's been a resurfacing of the video of you on a late night show going through a ball handling routine. How much of an emphasis for each of the players on your team is that ability to break a press when you're playing against a team like St. John's? Is that something that just the guards like Davion are trained on, or is that something that goes all the way through to the big men?
Yeah, I mean, we really work very hard on our dribbling, ball handling, whether you're Abu Usman or Sasha Sihani or you're a guard. The way the game is played today, it's just the better that our players are with their left hand, right hand, dribbling, passing, it helps in a game like tonight. And we want to develop that part of them, In terms of me, some of these guys could jump higher, run faster. None of them could dribble like me. I'm confident in saying that. I feel like I can back that up. So, thank you.
Thanks, Sean.